views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Hi, welcome. This is Dr. John DeMartini. This is one of the most amazing and inspiring shows that you can listen into. If you want to be on the edge of your seats, if you want to open up your heart, if you want to expand your mind, and you want to meet incredible people, stay tuned because you're just about to experience a transformative radio show that will change your life. And you're listening to the Dr. Pat Show that's coming up right next.
The following audio is via a Skype call.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show, everybody. Also, welcome to Transformation Talk Radio. And for those of you that are listening from a whole bunch of other places, welcome to all of you, because at this point in time, after 15 years, I am not quite sure of all the various networks that you all are listening on, because in the end, our vision from day one was to reach 1 million people and help folks live life full out. That's not changed. And right now, I know that we have accomplished that. So thank you. Shout out to Mr. Benny. Hello, Mr. B.
Hi, Pat.
We got a couple of really cool shows going on today.
We do.
Today, we're going to be talking with Amy Lacey, right? Creator of Cauliflower Foods.
Ooh.
But so I've got a fabulous book in front of me. And part of what I was talking about while we were chatting with Amy before the show was I have literally attempted to do what she has so brilliantly done and then put together the fabulous recipes. And this started for me, Benny, I think it was back in 2005 when Dr. Darvish basically said to me, look, you have to stop eating pretty much anything white that has to do with carbohydrate, like white flour, white sugar, white. But when it came to cauliflower, that was not in the group. It was a vegetable. But fast forward to where we are now, I now understand why she told me that. And yet, like so many people, we've looked at how do we take this fabulous, multidimensional vegetable? How do we take it and use it in so many ways? But that's what today is about. It's really taking a look at having some fun around here we are. What have we learned? Why is Amy so absolutely jazzed about this? And we're talking about this fabulous new cookbook, because in the end, what is it we should know? And fabulous giveaway today is a free gift box, which Amy is going to tell us about. But get ready, everybody, for having some fun and some cauliflower. Amy, it's great to have you. Great to have you on the show.
Thank you so much. I'm honored, and this is going to be a lot of fun. We get to talk about my favorite vegetable that wasn't always my favorite vegetable, I will tell you. So for those that are skeptical about cauliflower, I have some news to tell you, because I didn't like the vegetable in the beginning as well.
Yeah, I got to tell you, having grown up in a New York family with a bunch of my dad on his side, my grandparents from South America, and then my stepmom from the South, how many different ways do you think I could pronounce cauliflower?
I can only imagine.
You can imagine.
You're very cultural.
I'll tell you, my stepmom, born in the Carolinas, right, was like, girls, we're going to have us some fried cauliflower today. And like half of us are like, what is that? Is that like, what is it? Is it a vegetable? Or are you trying to push off chitlins on us like you did before, calling them fried clams? And that's my mom. So in the end, here
hilarious.
we are, fast forward. It is hilarious. Fast forward, I think that this is one of the fastest growing interests in food that I have seen in a long time. But I want to ask you, is that true?
It most definitely is. So we had the blessing organically to be the first cauliflower product on the market. So we came out before even cauliflower rice was being sold in the grocery stores. And quickly, multiple people started coming out with cauliflower rice. Trader Joe's came out with their pizza. We have 35 cauliflower products on the market beyond the vegetable cauliflower. And it's over $100 million category in grocery stores currently. So it's become a very widely popular vegetable. I will say a question I get often asked is cauliflower the next kale? And kale was very popular. It still is, but it has limited uses. And so therefore it hasn't branched out to be as big as cauliflower. And the reason why is very simple. Cauliflower is such a bland vegetable. It takes on whatever flavors you put with it. Hence why we were able to develop so many recipes using the vegetable. And we have a dessert section, a breakfast section, a pizza section, which is what we're known for. So it's a great vegetable. It's a lot of fun to work with. Truth be told, I didn't like it in the beginning because I thought it smelled bad and I wasn't sure about it. It wasn't a vegetable I adopted early on in eating, but when I got sick and I looked to the internet for a way to substitute what I was currently in love with, which was pizza, I found the cauliflower pizza recipe online. It's not the one that we use, but it's the one I started to try on my own before the whole cauliflower craze.
Well, I got to tell you this. Once upon a time, there was you and the story of you, Amy. And what I love to talk about is how people like us end up exactly where we are today. And I'm not sure about you, but I'm going to ask you about it. I am the most unlikely person, if you ask anybody that I went to high school with or anybody that knew me back in the day, to be doing a show that's all positive talk and own a positive talk network with 10 channels. How about you? When people look back at Amy and say, I knew Amy when, and what is she doing? What is she an expert of? Are they scratching their heads or are they saying, yeah, that makes sense because Amy was ABCD? Which one are you? Or are you both?
Oh, I'm guaranteeing that nobody could predict that I would have created a cauliflower product that would have gone gangbusters. I am going to be 49 next month. So I didn't come into this until I was 46 years old. So I've had other businesses, nothing quite as successful, but also the other businesses didn't come out organically. This business literally came out of me trying to cure what I was diagnosed with, which was an autoimmune deficiency. I have Sjogren's and I also have lupus. So I basically went to the internet like so many people do when they get diagnosed with something. And I found this cauliflower pizza recipe, made it. Friends loved it. People, my family encouraged me to take it to, and another health coach encouraged me to take it to our local farmers market. And bam, it started selling out every Thursday night. So we expanded the product and we started selling it online and we started selling it in grocery stores. And the rest is history. But if you would have asked me 5 years ago, if you would have said you're going to be the cauliflower queen and you're going to write a national bestseller, I would have said, wrong girl, not me. So yes, it's amazing how things transpire in your life and you don't necessarily plan for it. I'm certainly intentional with my business now. I understand it. I understand the market. I know what needs to happen. I'm excited to branch out to other products like we have this last year with our pasta and our crackers. I love that I can offer people like myself, either people that just want to get healthy or people that have, diabetes or something wrong with them, and they're looking for a better way, a better lifestyle.
Yeah,
So I'm glad to contribute
you and
to
I
that.
really are coming from the same place because I was looking at like you. They didn't actually know what bucket to put me in, so I had what you call a mystery disease or an autoimmune mystery disease. But the point is that I went through the same thing. I happened to find a great naturopath, Dr. Darvish, who educated me. And so you and I went on a journey. I guess we went on the internet, that kind of journey. We went on an internet journey to find out our options. Having found out your option, what was it that motivated, stimulated, catapulted you from going from, yeah, I could just cook this stuff for myself, to wait a minute, I can do something that I know now the rest of the world can benefit from?
Yeah, so to start off with probably where you were at one, know about what you had, and I had a similar journey. They put me on some pretty horrific drugs that had some side effects to them. So immediately I met with somebody very similar to who you met with that said, look, you might be able to fix this with diet. And so I immediately went to the internet and I started removing dairy and grains from my diet. And I noticed that my inflammation decreased and the rashes went away. And so then I slowly weaned with these horrific side effects. And it's not perfect. Every once in a while, if I'm run down or if I'm stressed out or not getting sleep, it'll rear its ugly head again. But for the most part, I've been able to control it with diet. And I don't mean diet in the sense of losing weight. I just mean eliminating things that I definitely know contribute to inflammation. So when I found the cauliflower pizza, I was just playing with it as a way to be grain-free. I have 3 kids. I'm a mom of 3 kids. I have a 16-year-old, a 14-year-old, and a 10-year-old. And when this happened, they were considerably younger, but every Friday night we had family fun night. So we would play games and we would eat pizza. And so by Saturday, I was a mess. So I was motivated of eating pizza. And then my oldest isn't a fan of vegetables. So I had been trying to sneak vegetables into his diet, and I fed him the pizza, and he loved it. So I thought, okay, well, we've got something here. And then, friends would come over sometimes to also play games, and they loved the pizza. And so when I was encouraged to go to farmers market, and we would sell out every farmers market, I knew that we had something special. And again, nothing else was on the market like it. And we've always stayed true to our ingredients. We use fresh cauliflower. We're one of 2 cauliflower products in the market today that use fresh cauliflower. Most people use a dehydrated version or a powdered version. And what happens with that is you have to add fillers. And those fillers are what causes people like myself a lot of inflammation. It also can, there can be added sugars and starches, which can be harmful for a diabetic or anybody trying to just stay in shape. So we stay true to our clean ingredients by using the entire head of cauliflower. We use the stems and leaves as well. There's a lot of nutrition in the stems and leaves, and that way we don't waste food as well. And then we, on our dairy-free option, we don't use cheese, but our other options, we do use cheese. We use a high-quality mozzarella cheese, some spices, some eggs, and bam, you've got the pizza. And the great thing about the cookbook is I put the recipe in there. So it's not some trade secret. I put our recipe in there. You can make it at home. I'm warning you, it is a little bit of a mess, but it's there. It's there for anybody that wants to make it themselves, or you can go to the store or look online and order it.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Amy, have you ever made pizza from scratch? You want to talk about a mess? Have grown up in Italian in the Bronx, watching my Uncle Dickie's pizza parlor over there and getting in there. You want to talk about a mess? Making a pizza dough from scratch. OMG. When we come back, we're going to talk cauliflower. But I want to talk with Amy about something else. I want to talk about why this product. And what is it about somebody like me that always went for the stems? Always said, look don't throw those out. I love them. What was it that I was loving about them? We're going to talk recipes. We're going to have fun. We've got a fabulous giveaway, a gift box. OMG. Get ready for this one today. We'll be right back.
Living Lighter Radio with Jason and Patricia. We have an ecosystem approach to your life. Tune in weekly every Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific on Transformation Talk Radio as we, Jason and Patricia, discuss what's truly holding you back. We offer you the tools you need to reach your goals and at the same time be living lighter. For more information about Living Lighter, visit www.livinglighter.org.
Calling all moms, it's time to awaken your vibrant, intuitive, loving self in every area of your life. Join host Debbie Pokornik as she shares thoughts, stories, and tools to help you stand in your power. Listen to Vibrant, Powerful Moms helping everyday women create extraordinary lives. Mondays at 2:30 Pacific, 5:30 Eastern. For more information about Debbie, visit empoweringenergy.com. That's empowering with letters NRG.com.
Golden Otter Divinations Radio, where the metaphysical meets the mainstream with Autumn Seibel. Tune in the first Friday every month at 9 a.m. Pacific as Autumn, educator, health coach, and medium, explores metaphysical and mainstream strategies on how to elevate your level of conscious living. Draw in the abundance that is yours by divine right. For more information about working with Autumn, visit goldenotter.us. That's golden like the precious metal and otter like the precious animal.us.
Are you looking for the perfect setting for your next workshop or retreat? At Spirit Fire Meditative Retreat Center, cultivating consciousness is what we do best. Our guests count on us to create an atmosphere that supports serenity and well-being. We lead from the heart and create space for the mind. Freshly prepared meals designed with local and organic ingredients, 95 acres of beautiful woods and pastures, and a facility built with green in mind. This is what you'll find at Spirit Fire. For more information, visit spiritfireretreatcenter.com.
Hi everyone, I'm Samantha.
My name is Susan Glavin.
My name is Momo Estake.
Hi, I'm Cornelia Stephanie, and I'm here to inspire creatively wild women to rise rooted in spiritual and material abundance.
Every woman that I've spoken to has an incredible dream of bringing even more love, beauty, and harmony to their families and to their communities.
And I'm here to start an evolutionary revolution among women.
To heal their karmic debts, to transcend the shame of poverty consciousness that women have lived with for centuries. It's time for women, for you, to have a new relationship with money, to radiate wealth from the inside out. We are creating a ripple effect, empowering millions of women to claim their inner wealth. Join Susan, Samantha, Momo, and Cornelia Fridays on the Millionaire Imprint for Women at Transformation Talk Radio.
Hey, everybody. Oh, yeah, I'm really having so much fun today. Amy Lacey is joining me here today. Amy, we're talking about your passion, your purpose. We're talking about cauliflower. But before we get back to that, I want to make sure folks know how they can find out more about you, how they can get a copy of the cookbook, and congratulations on that, as well as ordering online, because we forgot to tell folks that they can actually go to the website and order. So please tell us how to get all of that.
Absolutely. So we are in over 2,000 stores, and we hope to be in about 10,000 stores by the end of 2019. So you could check your local Whole Foods or your local Kroger, Safeway, Albertsons, and then a lot of little mom and pops. So just feel free to go in and ask them for Cali'flour Foods. Don't get it mixed up with anybody else. We are the clean, 5 ingredients or less, low-carb pizza crust. Now, if you want to, we also have Cauliflower Foods online on Amazon and also direct to our website. So it would be CALI, like California, Cauliflower, flour, FLOUR, foods, FOODS.com. So Cauliflower, like the white flour, foods.com. And if you want to personally reach out to me, I'm at Hey Amy Lacey, Lacey, on Instagram. I answer all my own Instagram, and I'm excited to talk to you either on Facebook or Instagram. On our website, I'm usually in there as well. We are looking forward to starting a Cauliflower Club this year, so we're going to really get intimate with our community. And so, it's we have about 11 SKUs. We've got 3 SKUs of pasta, 3 SKUs of crackers, and then we've got a bunch of SKUs of pizza, and we do seasonal pizza as well. And we're coming out with Top Pizza in March. So it's an exciting time.
I know. And I just want to say, for those of you that are like, well, wait a minute, if I'm in the Washington State area, well, how about us? Well, Janelle's Gluten-Free Market, by the way, over there in Woodinville, that's one of them, of course, in Ballard. And more importantly, when you look nationally, you can actually go to the website if you choose to go in person and look, put your zip code in, and what you're going to get is you're going to get a place near you and go that way. If you'd really like to do what I like to do, which is go online and order, you can do that too. Thank you for that. I got to ask you this question because I don't think people know this, Amy. I don't think people know really about why cauliflower is now been bumped up into the superfood category. And I think we missed that. Certainly, kale has been taking a front seat. You know what I mean? And now it's like, okay, kale, you're still pretty good, but move over. There's some new girl in town. Tell us about her.
I love that. Yeah, so it is a superfood, and then it's loaded with antioxidants. It's loaded with vitamin C. It's got a lot of different vitamins in it. It's, again, the biggest thing that I think makes it different than kale, because kale, too, is a superfood, and it's loaded with antioxidants, and it's loaded with vitamins. But the biggest difference is that cauliflower takes on those flavors that you pair it with. So you can make garlic mashed potatoes. You can make regular mashed potatoes. You can make rice. You can substitute it for pizza. You can substitute it for bread. I mean, it's just such a versatile vegetable. We have dessert pizzas. We have desserts we're making pies out of the cauliflower. It sounds crazy, but it's really yummy and it works. And so I think that makes it beyond just the superfood status of antioxidants and extra vitamins. I think it makes it a very versatile vegetable that you can fool kids with by putting it into a pizza or a pasta. For example, our pasta is just lentils and cauliflower. That's it. Nothing else to it. So our competitors have 4 ingredients in their pasta. Ours is just lentils and pasta. Our crackers are 0 net carbs. They are perfect for the keto community, which is a really hot topic right now, especially in the month of January. And keto-based people, they're looking for a crunch. And our crackers are very, very crunchy. So it really fills that need, plus it's 0 net carbs. We do use a little almond flour and some other ingredients along with the cauliflower. But all in all, again, a very clean, simple recipe for the crackers, the pizza, the pasta.
Wow. Well, here's the thing, too. I mean, clearly you're having a blast with this, aren't you? Aren't you totally having fun?
I love it. I love it. You said 2 key words right when you came back after the commercial break, and passion and purpose. And we use the 5 Ps in our business. And one of them is the people that we surround ourselves with. And that's my team. They're phenomenal. We're having a blast. We go to a lot of food shows. We get to meet all kinds of famous chefs and famous people and regular everyday people that we just love on. And then our passion about the product, definitely, our perseverance through highs and lows. But the big thing, too, is paying it forward. And on a daily basis, we get letters from people. We had Gavin, who was a 3-year-old who was diagnosed with a brain tumor, and his doctor put him on a low-carb diet. He wasn't able to eat pizza. We sent him our product. His mom was ecstatic because he could eat pizza again, and that was the one thing he really wanted. And so when we got that letter, it makes you keep going even during the rough times. We get letters all the time from various different people, busy single mom just trying to feed her kids healthy, but on a quick, whip up some pasta. We get those emails, and those are near and dear to my heart because my mom was a single mom, and I grew up in that environment where, she was working a lot and had to be very quick, and health wasn't always an option back then. There weren't products back then that you could offer your kids in a very quick way, and now there are, and we're happy to be a part of those. But getting those letters and seeing how we're paying it forward just keeps me wanting to make more and more and put it out there. I love it. So my team is very passionate. We're having so much fun. So thank you for noticing that.
No, it is, because we're the same. You know, I get to show up and do this because I'm surrounded with a team of amazing people, innovative, fun. I mean, you look at us and our age ranges are something like 20-something to 69. And these folks are the backbone of every show, every host that does a show with us, every podcast, every bit of technology. And I think that what this is for me, is that shows up, Amy, in what you produce. It really does. We know now everything is energy, even what we produce, even how we talk with each other. And so from that perspective, here we are kicking it up big time. So thank you for sharing that. I got to ask you, I want to talk about the book for a little bit. And let's do that when we come back from break. I want to talk about recipes. Do you have a fave? Do you have a fave? And if you do have a fave, is it in the book? I'm hoping like yes and yes. And then when we come back, we're going to give away the gift box because Amy's going to tell us about that. But for me, I got a fave in the book, but it was hard to pick out one thing when I said, here's the book, that I couldn't wait to make. When we come back, we'll talk about how that one thing turns into 2 to 3 to 4. And it's so much fun making these recipes. We'll be right back.
Is traditional medicine not working for you? Do you still feel as if your health isn't 100%? Here at the Holistic Medical Center, Dr. Nushin Darvish and the qualified staff look through the dimensions of wellness and start a healing plan prioritized to your needs. Our physicians assess the whole you until complete health is achieved. Get the help you need by visiting drdarvish.com. or call 425-451-0404.
Have you lost a loved one and would desperately love a sign to prove that they are okay? Here's a tip for you. Be curious. Keep an open mind about everything. The proof will come from the most unlikely places. The messages promise to challenge your current beliefs and what you've been taught. Accept and appreciate all, no matter where they come from. I'm Angie Corbett-Kuiper. I would love for you to share your signs from beyond on my closed Facebook page, Beyond Grief.
Are you ready to create a life you'll really love? Then you'll want to tune in to the hit show Life Design Radio, From Adversity to Awesome with Susan DiLorenzo. Live each month on TransformationTalkRadio.com. No matter where you are in your adversity story, Life Design Radio has got you covered. Get ready to feel inspired, enlightened, and motivated. For more information about working with Susan, visit SusanDiLorenzo.com.
Tune in to Lucid Planet Radio with Dr. Kelly Neff. This hit show will illuminate your senses and empower you beyond your daily stressors and hardships. Renowned psychologist and author Dr. Kelly will captivate you with far-reaching topics and amazing guests as you wake to the greatest version of yourself. Learn to tap into your intuitions, think critically about our world, heal emotional and psychological wounds, and follow your passions to live your dreams. The Lucid Planet. Welcome home. Visit lucidplanetradio.com for more information.
Have you heard the story of the snake and the rope? One evening, a young woman was walking down a country road. It was growing dark. Suddenly, she froze. Up ahead was a coiled snake. She was terrified. She reached into her bag for a flashlight and directed the beam of light towards the snake. Now she was flooded with relief. It was just a piece of old rope. That snake stands for all our imaginary fears and insecurities that sap our confidence. The beam of light is conscious confidence. Ask yourself, how many snakes did I see today? How many actions or words did I stifle through fear? Hi, I'm Sarah Main, creator of Conscious Confidence. Join me and my co-host, Dr. Pat, for Conscious Confidence Radio on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Learn more about how you can live a life filled with conscious confidence. go to my website, consciousconfidence.com.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Again, this is so fun. I'm having so much fun. We're going to talk food now, too. I bet, Benny, you're like salivating right there, kind of like me. It's like,
yeah, just a little bit.
I know. I wish I would have made the egg muffin recipe that's in the book this morning, but you know what? I didn't get to that. Amy Lacey is here. Of course, she is the author of Cauliflower Kitchen, 125 cauliflower-based recipes for the carbs you crave. But more importantly, there's also an entire line of products for those of you out there that are saying, no. Give me the pizza crust already made. I'm all over it. Amy, tell folks how they can find out more, how they can get a copy of the book. And then also we have a gift box to give away to one of our listeners. Tell us about that.
Okay, yes, I'm so excited. Well, the book is sold everywhere where books are sold. I'm proud to say that. I am visiting New York, and I saw it in Barnes & Noble today. It was really, really exciting to walk in and see your own book that you put so much time and love into in a bookstore in New York and in Barnes & Noble, of all places. But it's in all bookstores that are sold. It's also sold online on Amazon and then also on our website. Again, it's CaliFlourFoods.com. It's spelled like California, C-A-L-I. Flour is spelled like white flour because we're replacing it with cauliflower. It's F-L-O-U-R foods.com, Califlourfoods.com. So we sell the book on our website as well as all of our products. In the book, I was getting a tremendous amount of requests for an actual recipe for those people that wanted to make our recipe without having to buy our cauliflower pizza base in grocery stores. So we provide different variations of the crust. We have our plant-based as well as traditional, and we can infuse different flavors, and that's all in the cookbook, and along with a multiple of different recipes from various categories. Like you mentioned, the muffin, which is in our breakfast section. We have a pizza section. We have appetizers. We have desserts. So the book has some surprises in it. And I'm excited because to talk about what we're going to give away, we are going to give away the book, of course, and we're also going to give away all of our products in this box. We also have a site called Cauliflower Cares, which is our site where we sell what we call swag, which is our bags, T-shirts, hats, and all of those proceeds, every 100% of the sales of those go to our charity. So we're going to put some of those in the box for your listener as well. So they're going to get the whole thing, the book, the products, the swag.
Wow, that is amazing. And Benny, let's do it in the fashion that we always do it. Fabulous listeners out there, we do have a toll-free number. And what you're going to need, to provide Mr. Benny with is this: your name, email for sure, phone number, and address, so we can make sure we've got everything going on for you. And the way we do it is really simple. But I'm telling you, cauliflower has got to be on your top list. 1-800-930-2819. 1-800-930-2819. Give us a call. Benny will make the pick, and off we go. All right, let's talk food. Amy, let's talk food. I had a really hard time going through the recipe book, Cauliflower Kitchen, right? This book that you wrote, amazing. And by the way, thank you for the beautiful pictures. I mean, the pictures are worth any 1,000 million words in here. They are amazing. Everything is so delicious. And I got to tell you this. Once upon a time, as a girl, young girl, Italian neighborhood, I got a piece of pizza from my uncle, and then I got a side salad, and I ended up putting the salad on my pizza. And my family thought you've lost your mind, but it's in the book. Here's the burning question I have for you. Burning. Do you have a favorite? Okay, I'm going to let you off the hook. I'm going to say, do you have a top 3 favorites? Today, I know it's going to change, but today, can you tell us maybe what they'll be? And then I'll pull them up in the book.
So, yes. So that is interesting that you were that way, too, because I always would order a Caesar salad, and then I would put it on top of my pizza. And this was before I was diagnosed with lupus, when I was eating traditional pizza. So funny, people would look at me kind of crazy as well. So the Caesar cauliflower pizza is in there, and it's one of my favorites because now I can eat it. And I love salad on pizza. I think it's delicious. So that is one of my favorites. Now, growing up with a single mom, I can remember that she, and I talk a little bit about this in the book, I can remember eating things like rice cereal. And I would eat white rice with milk and cinnamon and sugar and a little bit of butter. And sometimes that was breakfast or even dinner. I mean, I have a feeling we were struggling much more so than I ever even realized as a child. I never knew any different. So I love rice my whole life, and I love sushi. It's something that I didn't always love. I didn't try it until after college. And once I tried it, I was hooked. And now, over the last 10 years, I haven't been able to eat traditional white rice. So I do show you how to use cauliflower rice to make sushi. It's not going to be a favorite on everybody's list because not everybody will eat sushi, but it's in there, and I love that we were able to make it out of cauliflower rice. So that is another one of my favorite recipes. And then finally, going back to growing up as a child and my roots, I loved nachos. I was such a nachos kid, and I love Mexican food. So there's a recipe in there with nachos. It's wonderful. You can use our crackers out of the store, or you can make crackers out of the crust. And I actually enjoy making the crackers out of the crust. So the nachos are one of my favorite recipes as well. There's so many in there that I love, but those would be my top three as we speak today, right now.
I'll tell you what I was really drawn to about all of the recipes in the book. I was super drawn to the creativity in them. Let me give you an example. So I'm going through the book, and of course, you know, Linda's picking out her favorite, but I'm stopping at things like this. Let's just give our listeners one idea. Almond ricotta and caramelized onion sandwich. Almond ricotta. In my family, ricotta. That's what we call it. But I stopped on the page and I said, whoa, wait a minute. Let's talk about that. And what I love about your book, you break it down so every ingredient, for example, the almond ricotta that you describe, you say that's on page 58. And so what I love is that this is so brilliant. The other thing is you have a legend on the side of every recipe. And I want to talk to you about that legend. And so there is like information that you provide. And I'm just going to read them if I could. So for example, gluten-free, grain-free, paleo, keto-friendly, vegan, vegetarian, dairy-free. So not only do you say this is the thing, but it fits in all of these categories, and there you go. So people that want dairy get the dairy recipes. Other people that don't get their choice. That's brilliant the way you've laid this out. It is so easy to follow.
Oh, I love that you appreciate that, because that is something that differentiates us from most cookbooks. So we are able to have a wonderful online community. We sell the majority of our products online, and we're one of the top food producers for online groceries. So what I love is that we get instant communication back and feedback. And so we know that a large part of our community is paleo, a large part is vegan, a large part is keto, a large part is just an everyday mom or an everyday dad, not necessarily adopting any eating plan. But what I wanted to do is put kind of like a map on every page that would allow people to know if that recipe fit those categories. So not every recipe is keto or not every recipe is paleo, but it gives them the option, if they are adopting that lifestyle, they can look at that recipe and say, okay, this is keto or this is paleo or this is dairy, this has dairy. And then the other thing that we've done on several of the recipes is we've offered ulterior solutions. For example, if it's a dairy-free, or if it's a recipe that has dairy in it, but we have a way to make it dairy-free, we'll offer that option. And then one extra step that we have done is that we've provided the nutritional details on our website. So you can go to our website and you can get all the facts that are surrounded by the fat, calories, and so forth. And the reason why we don't have that in the book is just what you mentioned. It was we were limited to a page count, and we wanted to make sure that every single recipe had a beautiful picture. Because don't you want to make the recipe when you can see the picture? And so I wanted to make sure that all of our recipes had pictures. And so I had to cut something out. And it was like, do I cut the nutrition facts or do I cut the beautiful pictures? And so we came to the compromise that you can go to our website and get the nutrition facts. People want to see how it looks. They want to see the pictures. We were blessed to use an amazing group of photographers. So I wanted to just show what we get to see when we're in R&D and we're making products, how beautiful they turn out.
Yeah, I'm so glad you made that choice because you do provide this information for people. And I'm so glad, and believe me, I'm in the process of really toying with the idea. I've been asked to write my own book. Look, I've interviewed like 7,000 people, but yet everybody says, when are you going to write your book? And so I started to toy with the idea. And I'm fascinated that you have to have like a page limit. And so that alone made my head explode. And so now that you've said that and explained it, it makes perfect sense because the pictures and the important information about, can I serve this? Let's say my friends come over. Can I cook this? Is it going to fit into this group or that group? And by the way, y'all out there that are going to Super Bowl parties coming up, like I know I am so making one of the recipes in here. Question number 500 that I'm going to ask you. You mentioned something earlier, and I got to get back to it because when I buy vegetables now, unless it's a very extraordinary circumstance, organic is a must for me. The good news is that organic foods are now being sold in grocery stores. So, of course, you can go to PCC here, you can go to Whole Foods, you can go to Trader Joe. But now they're in. Tell me about, for you, how important organic has become for you all.
Well, organic is tricky for us, to be honest with you.
Yep.
The cauliflower that we use is organic. Yep. There are no pesticides in where it's grown, the farms that it's grown in. It's a wonderful climate, which allows us a lot of benefits in that area. We are still working on our organic certification for our products that you would purchase online. Note that we are using organic cauliflower. So we have a little bit of a struggle with some of the organic ingredients as far as cheese. And so we're working on that. We're very, very close, but we're not certified organic yet. So parts of our products are definitely organic, definitely healthy. We definitely use the highest quality. To me, that's more important than anything. And so just to know that we are working on that. Our pasta is kosher. It's certified gluten-free. And, of course, none of our products have MSG. So, yeah, we take that very serious, and organic is on top of our list, but we're not quite there yet. However, you can, with the recipe and the cookbook, you can make it fully organic if you want to. You can choose the organic ingredients because they're out there.
Yeah. The reason I brought it up is because I'm like you. I mean, there are things that I strive to do or strive to achieve. And I got to tell you, I learned one thing along my own healing journey is it's about progress and not perfection. And that's what I love about this. I want to ask you, for those folks that don't know, the paleo label, because we talked a little bit about the keto label, right? And the great legend that you put on the side of every recipe. But there's also folks now that are looking at, paleo. Tell me, for our listeners, for you to be able to go through and spend as much time as you did to really research, document, and identify these categories, that is a lot of work. But it had to be important for you. You must have gotten this information from the people that are following you, people that are buying the books. Are we really now looking at our lives, our food? Are we ready, Amy, to make the shift to putting more healthy stuff in our bodies?
Yeah, I think, there's always going to be a fad of what's popular. And certainly paleo was extremely popular, and it continues to be so. And we've had fads like Atkins, and that's starting to come back in that low-carb world. Yeah. It might be called keto, although keto is different. There are a lot of trends that come and go. I think America is there's a lot of people that are very sick in America. The diabetes rise is, we have kids that are type 2 diabetics now. We didn't have that 10 years ago. You didn't have kids that were type 2 diabetics. So our country continues to get sicker, and I think people are starting to wise up. I do believe the internet helps. People can start looking at what they're eating. They can research it. People are getting smarter in that way. Our theme this year as a company is to read what you eat. So I'm encouraging people. I'm working with registered dietitians. I'm encouraging our community to really look at the ingredients. Not everything gluten-free is healthy. A lot of gluten-free products have tons of sugar in them.
Oh,
Not every cauliflower product is healthy either. There's things like, vegetable oil, xanthan gum, cornstarch. There's all kinds of a host of list of ingredients in some of the other products that are cauliflower products. So I encourage people, read the ingredients. Read what you eat. It takes just a couple extra minutes. And again, if you can't pronounce it, I wouldn't eat it. I think we had to learn that the hard way, right? Back in the day where fat-free products came about, everybody started eating bags of fat-free cookies, and what happened? They got fat.
No kidding. Right there.
A lot of chemicals in those products, and chemicals do harmful things to us. And so I love that our products are very just fresh cauliflower. We use fresh eggs, fresh cheese, and prorated spices that we put together on our dairy-free option. We use almond flour. We also use sesame seed flour. So we use some really good ingredients that you can pronounce. You know what they are. You know what you're putting in your mouth. So I love that. I love that for families. Because, again, growing up with a single mom who, I can remember eating fish sticks and things like that. And I think my mom didn't have any choices out there. And really important, and this is why I think Americans can adopt this, is people are getting very creative with these types of foods. So 10 years ago, if you were paleo or whatever was trendy at that moment, most likely it didn't taste good. And you just did it anyways because that's what you wanted to eat healthier. Now there's so many options beyond cauliflower, so many options, and they taste good. And that's what's great about the food industry. And they're starting to really wise up and put healthier ingredients in, but it tastes good too. And that's really important. It's got to taste good. It's great to be healthy, but it's also got to taste good.
All right. I got to share with you my favorite taste good out of your book.
Love it. Let's hear.
I got to share it. When I found this, I thought, I kind of blew by it at first in the book because I thought nobody can make anything like this except my grandmother. And then I kind of backtracked and I went back and I really looked at and said, I got to try this. Lemony fennel cauliflower salad. And I looked at that and I thought, wow, wait a minute. This has got to be close to grandma. And I went through and I looked at, well, okay, we're going to use fresh fennel, all right? Fenugreek, we used to call it. Of course, cauliflower, lemon. We're going to get those shelled pistachios, Yahoo for those. Lemon, honey, maple syrup, grade B maple syrup for me. And then I went through and it's like, oh, wait a minute, this mint. And I'm telling you, I was like, this is amazing. See, the reason I'm talking about this particular recipe in your book is because the level of detail that you must have gone through to create a recipe like that, which has so many nuances. There's a reason why these recipes taste so good, Amy. And that had to be one at the top of my list right there, that one.
Okay, I love that one too. And I'm going to tell you, I got to be on set in Santa Barbara when we made that one, and the food stylist styled it, and they took that picture. But what we all did is at lunch, we ended up ordering tacos. They ended up ordering tacos. We were in Santa Barbara. And I ended up using our pizza crust as a shell because I can't eat the traditional taco shell. But I put that slaw on the taco. It was so good. So we actually have a recipe online where we use the slaw for the tacos. We don't say it, but that's the slaw we use now. It's an easy recipe. It looks complicated, but it's not. It's so yummy. So I'm really excited that you picked that one out. But yeah, we had a lot of fun eating that on tacos in Santa Barbara, and so that's kind of my go-to to put on our tacos now.
You know what my greatest surprise to all of this was? And this is the last thing I want to say. And before I go absolutely here nuts with the time factor, I got to thank you for writing this because this has really inspired me. As a matter of fact, for this upcoming Super Bowl potluck I'm taking that salad. But I love that you did this. I can't thank you enough. And thank you for the generous gift. But the takeaway for me, and I had to do a double take on this, was when I went through these, even the cauliflower rice, it has protein in it. How? I was so shocked.
Yeah. So cauliflower, the vegetable has protein. And so protein is very important to me, and it's very important in our recipes. So our pastas actually has a lot of protein in it as well. And then our crackers we're actually able to use high protein on the packaging because it does have so much protein. I mean, protein fills you up. Not everybody's going to want to eat meat to get protein. And so I love that our products offer a substantial amount of protein. It keeps you full as well as fiber, which is excellent for you.
Wow. Well, I got to tell you, I could probably go on for a really long time. I want to ask you this. Please give out the website again. And I want to ask you, Amy, what's your personal message? What would you like to leave all of us with?
Yeah, so the website again is Cali, like California, flour, like white flour, and we've replaced that with cauliflower, Califlower-Foods.com. And my message would just be, I truly created this from my heart. It's there's tons of love in this product and tons of love and time in this cookbook. And I would just encourage people to try it, give it a try, give us some feedback. We are really open to listening to constructive feedback, positive feedback. I mean, my true mission is to pay it forward and try to help get America healthy. And when I go to Italy, which is where our pasta is made, I see a difference in the Italians versus the Americans. So every time I come back, I'm more and more motivated. And I grew up in a household where diabetes was prevalent. I understand it. I had gestational diabetes. I was very, very sick for a long time with lupus. I understand getting healthy and how important health is. And so it's my mission not to make a ton of money by putting fillers into a product and making a cheap product. My mission is to pay it forward. And the cookbook came out of a love for giving people an opportunity to make it from scratch so they didn't feel like they had to buy our product, but they have the option. So it's all there. And I love that people like you appreciate it. It makes my heart, I mean, I'm just so excited right now because you really genuinely appreciate these recipes and you understand the time that it took to make them. And it's just all from love. I just really, really hope I can make an impact in somebody's life.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, this is what I know about love. It's already done. Amy, thank you so very much for today. Thank you for your generous gift. And thank you, and keep doing what you're doing, because I'll tell you, we're a fan. We're fans. We love it.
I love it. Well, I'd love to come back and give another giveaway. I'm all about giveaways.
Yes.
It gets it in people's hands, and they give it a shot. And once they try it, they're usually hooked. So I'm excited to give your listener a great package. Definitely will sign the cookbook. And I would love to come back on and give some more out.
You got it. I'm going to make sure that happens. Thank you. We're going to take a short break, everyone. More to come on the Dr. Pat Show, Transformation Talk Radio. Amy Lacey, rocking it in the food world. We'll be right back.